Have you ever wondered why it's so hard sticking with a diet over the holidays, especially one like the carnivore diet? It seems like everywhere you go, there are sugary treats, baked goods, but there's usually not a lot of carnivore or purely carnivore options because there's so many sauces and whatnot that people put to make their treats a little tastier. So in this video, I am going to tell you what happened over the holidays that basically changed me for good. I'm going to tell you how this will affect me on my carnivore journey going forward and why this is so important. But first, let me tell you about my previous diets. Many times in my previous diets, I would start a diet, I would be all gung-ho about it, and then I'd be kind of like an all or nothing. I can't do this, I can't do this, I can do this, but I can't do this. And then what happens over time, I just feel the pressure of staying on that diet. And eventually, I crack. And when I crack, what that means is I end up gaining all the weight back, if not more. So what happened over the holidays that changed me for good? Well, just like every year, I go into the holidays thinking, okay, I'm going to stick with whatever my diet du jour is, and I'll make it through the holidays. Well, this year was different. I made it through Christmas without too much of a problem. I made sure that I had my carnivore snacks, or I had eaten a carnivore meal before heading out to a party. And then I got to New Year's, and I knew that, one, I didn't want to, well, I wanted to break my carnivore diet and just kind of loosen up for the night, being the last night of the year, and I had been on the, or using the carnivore diet to lose weight for several months. I think I started in July, and I didn't break like I had in the previous diets. So I decided to have a meeting. I met with my wife. We had a very long discussion about how I want to break this diet just for the night, and then I want to get back to carnivore tomorrow or the next day, right? And we discussed this. I put boundaries around the evening, meaning I could have desserts, I could have, whatever I wanted for the night, but then the next day I would get back on my carnivore diet. But what changed? I got cravings. I had huge cravings starting on January 1st, and now I believe it's the 4th of January, and I have gone into our break room at work and just stared at the cookies thinking, one cookie isn't going to kill me. I could just sneak a cookie. Nobody would ever know. And then the other thing is I had to leave the grocery store because I went in there and I started looking at all the snacks that I hadn't eaten over the year. I went down an aisle, I think it was a cereal aisle, and I was thinking, oh, this looks really good. Basically, my thoughts of cheating on this diet ran through my head over the last few days. But I didn't budge. I have stuck to my diet. What I did do, because I had the plan in place, I decided I'm going to just eat as much carnivore as I need to. I'm going to eat as much fat as I would like because I need to break through that cravings. And that's how I did it back in July or June when I started. And how will this affect my carnivore journey going forward, you might ask? Well, let me tell you about a previous diet. I had done, I called it a keto diet. It might have been a paleo diet, but I was only eating meat. Back in the day, I didn't even call it carnivore. And I remember going to Thanksgiving that year, and I put turkey on my plate, nothing else. And I basically had a meltdown with my wife at the dinner table in front of my whole family. And I remember my brother-in-law looking at me like, oh man, Dave just lost it. And I lost it because I had had all these cravings all along, and now I'm staring down the barrel of a table full of just fun holiday tradition foods for Thanksgiving. But now I have a template or a plan for when I go into a party, an event, another holiday party. I have that plan in place where I will preempt it by eating ahead of time if I need to, like a lot of people do when they're, on their own special diet. I'll bring foods. Like I've been learning how to make buffalo wings, and I think I do a pretty darn good job at them. And because of that, I will bring those to the party, and now I know I can have whatever quantity I want of those wings for the evening. And the other thing is, I don't need to go to all the parties. I can stay home if I feel like it. I don't have to attend everything. So why is this important or so important to the future me? I think anybody that's on a carnivore diet or any other diet, that you've just gone through so much to get you to lose weight, you start to level off, or you have any other difficulties, it's so easy to break that and not feel bad because you suffered long enough, right? I'm an all or nothing guy. I have been set up these diets, and then bang, next thing I know, I'm off this diet and I'm gaining weight again. So having the plan is important, but understanding that if I do break this diet because of a holiday, a New Year's Eve party, I can get back at it. But I also know that I'm starting over again in many respects. Maybe not with the weight loss, because you don't really gain much weight for one party, at least not permanently. But I feel that I will have these cravings, but I just have to prepare for the aftermath of a I don't know, like a slaughter, like going to the slaughter and going to this party. So I have to have the plan in place, and then I have to understand and know that I'm going to have cravings if I do this. But I can also overcome them by taking the steps that I did so far this week, and I will continue to do that. And because I'm at what I consider a crossroads or a turning point, I have been on the diet, I broke the diet on purpose, and now I'm getting back to the diet. I'm feeling like this is kind of a crossroads. I still have some cravings that I have to watch out for. It could go either way. I don't want to break the diet. I want to continue to form an alliance with the carnivore diet and stick to it the best I can, right? But it reminds me of a video that I put out several weeks ago about the essential nutrients that you get when you're on a carnivore diet. And I will refer back to this video, or at least thinking about this video, every time I'm unsure about the value of the carnivore diet. So check that one out next. Also, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share my content. I totally appreciate that. And as always, happy hiking.